Problem number 5, page 472. Add or subtract. Number 5 says subtract. I got 10m squared minus m plus 4, the first polynomial, from which we will subtract 2m squared plus m. Alright? I'm sorry, I have to zoom out. Okay. First polynomial. I will remove the parentheses because there is no negative sign outside in front of it, right? So I have 10m squared minus m plus 4. Nothing changes. Now because I'm subtracting, I will add the opposite of every term in the second polynomial. So 2m squared will become negative 2m squared. Plus m becomes minus m. Equals, you look for like terms. 10m squared minus 2m squared will be how many m squared? 8m squared. I've got minus m will be how many m's? Negative 2m, right? Plus 4 is by itself, stays like that, plus 4. And we are done. Problem number 30, page 473. Factor by grouping. A times x plus 1 plus b times x plus 1. Class, do you see any common factor here? Raise your hand and say loud. X plus 1, very good. X plus 1 seems to be my common factor, my greatest common factor if you want. I will factor it out. X plus 1 times, what is left in the first one? A, right? What is the operation between? Plus. And in the second one, b times x plus 1 divided by x plus 1 will be just b. Are we done? Yes, we are. Any questions? 29, same page, 473. Says, factor each polynomial by using the greatest common factor. And my polynomial is 2a to the 4th y minus 4a to the 3rd y squared plus 8a squared y. Alright? Common factors. First thing, you check your coefficients. What is the greatest common factor of 2, 4, and 8? Is what? The greatest common factor, a number that will go in all three of them. Which one is? 2, right? Good. A, I'm looking at the a's, right? A to the 4th, a to the 3rd, a squared. Which one is the one with the smallest degree? A squared, right? So that will be the common factor of a to the 4th, a to the 3rd, a squared. Because each one of them, a to the 4th, I can write it as what? A squared times a squared. A to the 3rd power, I can write it as a squared times a, and a squared is a squared. So that's why, you know, my greatest common factor out of this will be, greatest common factor out of this a's here will be a squared. Part of my greatest common factor for this trinomial. And now what else I have? I have y, right? Y squared, and y. What is the greatest common factor of these three? Would be just y. Am I right? Times. And now to find what you're left with in each one of them, you will divide each one of them by your greatest common factor, which is 2a squared y. 2 divided by 2 is 1. A to the 4th divided by a squared will be a squared. Y divided by y is 1. So out of the first number here, first term, you will have left only a squared. The The next one, you divide everything by the greatest common factor by 2a squared y, right? 4 divided by 2 is going to be 2, so minus 2. A to the third divided by a squared will be just a, 2a. Y squared divided by y is going to be just y. Thank you. Plus 8a squared y divided by the greatest common factor by 2a squared y. A divided by 2 is 4. That's 4. A squared divided by a squared is 1. Y divided by y is 1. And this is it. You can check by multiplying, basically by distributing this 2a squared y to everything inside the parentheses. Let's do a quick check here. 2a squared y times a squared will be 2a to the fourth y. We got the first term. 2a squared y times negative 2ay will be negative 4a to the third y squared. We're good. And the last one, 2a squared y times 4 will be 8a squared y, which was the last term. And this is it. We're good. Questions? Number 36 would be part of your homework tonight, page 474. And says, factor each polynomial completely. My polynomial is 9x squared minus 6x plus 1. Ideas? Nick? Well, that's not going to take you anywhere. First of all, boys and girls, you're looking for common factors. Do we have common factors here? No. Don't have common factors. Then I'm looking for special products. Is this a perfect square? How should I check that? Well, you check the first number. Is that a square of something, of a monomial? Yeah, it's what? 3x, everything squared, right? I'm checking the last number. Is that 1 a perfect square? Yes, it's 1 squared. Now you see that I have a negative sign here in the middle for my middle term. So it may be 3x minus 1 everything squared. The final step here is to check if twice the product of the first number and the last number will give you the middle term. So let's see, is 2 times 3x times negative 1 equal to my middle term, which is negative 6x? Is that so? Yes. Which means this trinomial is nothing else but 3x minus 1, everything squared. I'm done. Questions? Number 44. 474. The page, right? Solve by factoring. X squared minus 8x plus 12 equals 0. How are you guys going to solve this one? What should be the first thing? First step, check for greatest common factor. For common factor first. Do we have any? No. Check if it's a perfect square. Is that a perfect square? Well, the first number is a perfect square, but the last one, 12, is not. So it's not a perfect square. Now I'm looking for possibilities to factorize this trinomial. And I'm looking at possibilities for the first number in each one of the two binomials that could be a factor of this trinomial here, right? So what could be the first one? Class, thank you. What can I have for the first one? Dominique. Girls, what could be the first term in each one of these two binomials that may be factors of my trinomial here? X. Good. Look at your last number here. It's 12. Positive 12. Which tells me what about the sign of my last terms in each one of the two binomials? They will be the same. Are they going to be positive or negative? Well, you will check the middle term. The middle term is negative, and the middle term is usually the sum of the two last terms. So they're going to be what? Negative both. And I know that their product is 12, so I'm looking for factors of 12 that will multiply to 12 and will add up to negative 8. Possibilities? Yourself? 6 and 2, right? And because they're negative, it will be negative 6 and negative 2. As you can see, negative 6 minus 2 will give you negative 8. Alright? Negative 2, negative 6 equals 0. We're not done. You're supposed to solve this equation. What should be the next step? Alex, what are the two equations that you can write out of this? That I can write two equations out of this product here. Which are the two, Zach? Well, tell me, stay with us here. Tell me this one. I have x minus 2 times x minus 6 equals 0, but the zero product property, I can say something about each one of these binomials. What I can say? Melissa. First one, x minus 2. What can you tell me about that one? X minus 2 could be, it should be 0, right? What about the last one, Malcolm? X minus 6 should be what? Should be 0. Good, say it loud. Alright, let's solve the first one. What will be the step to solve this equation? X minus 2 equals 0. You will add 2 to both sides. x1 equals 2. Second one, x2, your second root, your second solution will be, Malcolm, 6. We're done. If you want, you should go ahead and check. Is 9 times 2 squared minus 6 times 2 plus 1? Oh, hold on. That's the other equation. Never mind. Is that 2 squared minus 8 times 2 plus 12 equals 0? 4 minus 8 times 2 plus 12. Is that 0? Yes, it is. And then you check the other one. Is 36 minus 8 times 6 plus 12 0? Yes, it is. And we're good.